Thursday night football, Viking style, courtesy of the Vikings Entertainment Network. Time to get social. You can interact with us this evening. We'll tell you more about that momentarily as Joel Stave, the rookie free agent from Wisconsin, leads the Vikings offense. 7:08 to go in quarter three, 11-0 Minnesota. Cordero Patterson with a couple of catches in motion. Handoff C.J. Ham. Gain of 5 yards. Interact with us this evening. Tell us which player you're most excited to watch tonight using the hashtag Vikings Talk. It is hashtag Vikings Talk. Here's a question for the analyst. What's the best position battle through training camp and during the preseason?
Well, on the good side, there aren't many of them, but the safety position has to be the one. Michael Griffin getting the majority of the first-team snaps tonight, but you can't count out guys like Anton Exum and Jaron Kearse. And let's face it, when Sendejo gets in there, he always seems to make a big play. And he's so good at tackling, it's going to be hard to uproot him and get him off the field.
2nd and 5, tight end off to the right. Handoff Ham, encountered in the backfield by Tony McDaniel. And he's thrown down for a loss of 1. Tony McDaniel spent many years with the Seattle Seahawks, played for Tampa Bay, then was out of football. He was on a kayak trip with his family in the Pacific Northwest 2 weeks ago. His agent called John Schneider with the Seahawks and said, you know what? Tony is in the Pacific Northwest. You want him to come work out for you? John said, sure. Tony came and worked out and is back on the team.
Well, and that's how close it is sometimes in the NFL when you're always on the cusp of either being on the field or being on a kayak, I guess.
3rd down, Stave, Ham, 1st down. I like C.J. Ham. Now, I mean, gain of 9. When you are compensated on a team with Adrian Peterson, Jerick McKinnon, and Matt Asiata making the final 53, that ain't going to happen. But for the Duluth Denfeld product, getting on the practice squad, that'd be sweet.
It would be. And you know, the running backs are so valuable again through this league. You see a lot of platooning. These guys get hurt quite a bit. So Ham, I don't think if he doesn't make this team, I don't think his career is over. The book is closed on him. I think people ask me, what do you think? And I'm saying he's got the wiggle. He's a strong runner. But does he have that high gear to put one in the end zone from way out?
T.J. Clemmings, right tackle. Patterson in motion. Stave, Ham, room to the 32-yard line, gain of 5. Take a peek at C.J. Ham last week in the Queen City.
Well, you got a lot of run versus Cincinnati, but what you're seeing him do is catch the ball out of the backfield. That's becoming more important in this offense. Taking the handoff, cutting it back, getting the feel for that cutback, and then squaring those shoulders up and finding a way to get into the end zone. So Ham has had a very, very good preseason, Paul. He's a big body. He reminds me a lot of Leroy Horde from back in the day, and I think at some point in this league he's going to get a good chance to be a 1st and 2nd down back.
2nd and 4, Treadwell near side. Patterson motion, slot right. Stave back to pass, pumps, fires right, incomplete, overshot. Treadwell covered up nicely. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Minnesota leads 11-0. The only touchdown in the game, Jerick McKinnon scored from a yard out, capping an 8-play, 77-yard drive. Took 4 minutes, 8 seconds.
He kicks in this league, and they got to find something to do with that rule.
Nick Easton stays in at center. 3 off to the right. Treadwell left. C.J. Ham, the tailback. 1st down. Stave to Ham up the middle for a couple, maybe a few. Now, while Teddy Bridgewater surprisingly did not get the start, 15-year veteran Sean Hill came in and passed himself to a passer rating of 82.7, 10 of 17, 129 yards.
I think Sean did a wonderful job of staying tall in the pocket, taking some hits, being on time and making great decisions, especially with the big tight ends down the seam ball. He had a couple really nice plays. The only thing that showed up are some of those long outside throws. Yeah, we saw that 15-year-old arm leave that ball hanging a little bit too long. But Sean is definitely the kind of quarterback that could win a few games for you if something happens to Teddy.
Stave, 5 of 10, 61 yards, hands it off to Ham. Encountered at the line of scrimmage by McDaniel on 2nd and 6. 3rd down for the Vikings. Minute and a half to go in quarter 3. Just to encapsulate the halftime, he's 2 for 2 this preseason on the Vikings Entertainment Network.
My fellow Vikings, now is the time to don our purple garb and golden braids. Time to raise our horns and proclaim, this is our year.
This is our year!
this for me, Connie. The point is, we got an itch to win, and there's a new way to scratch.
Play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery with a chance to score up to $100,000, season tickets, and more.
We've been waiting for this. We've weathered the elements, been battle-tested with years of rivalries and unforgettable moments. Now is our time. Time to open the gates, to forge ahead. Time to defend the North.
Yeah, Vikings!
Zach Brooks, rookie seventh rounder, to leave the game and did not return. Now, the Vikings don't play until a week from Sunday, August 28th. Hopefully Teddy's cool. Xavier Rhodes gets himself. There it is! Interception! Oh, with that Marcus Sherrills! 30, 20, 10, touchdown! No flags on the play. I had the right idea, the wrong guy. Marcus Sherrills, the littlest guy on the field, comes up big. Way to go, 3-5. Rochester, John Marshall, go crazy.
That's exactly what you want to see. Marcus Sherrills, who's played a fair share of defense, he sees the quarterback settle, knows he's under pressure. Ball's thrown a little bit behind, but Sherrills always making a play, coming up with the ball, and then he's a returner too, so he could turn defense into offense very quickly. But for the backups, for the guys who are going to get chances to start, maybe due to injury, late in these games, they should be standing out. This is the kind of stuff that you would expect and want from a guy like Marcus Sherrills. And
pretty good pass from Boykin, too.
For him to miss a game last week and to come in and to intercept the ball and touchdown and score late, that's huge.
Walsh. Yes. 18-11 Minnesota, 1:23 to go. Marcus Sherrills with a 53-yard pick six. Trying to get the Vikings to walk off a winner. Trevon Boykin, undrafted from TCU. Let's figure out exactly why.
Okay. Good execution. I mean, with the Jake Gaines running right up the middle, unblocked. Boykin had to get rid of it quickly, throws it behind the receiver right into the hands of Marcus Sherrills. And that's team defense, Paul. You got to have 11 guys doing their job. One guy, one after another, no breakdowns across the board, and then someone like Sherrills can step up and make a play. But it's about the call from the sideline.
Yeah.
It's about execution. Gaines getting in there, putting pressure on the quarterback, and then boom.
Captain Munnerlin was just chatting with Mark.
That little slant route that he got in front of him. So just stay away from Sherrills. You get one-on-ones on the outside. They're going to try to make him throw a fade to one of the corners of the end zones, that is.
Curse blitzes. Picked up. Boykin pumps. Scrambles. Hit. Prato sack. Seattle has no timeouts. 17, 16, 15. We have bludgeoned Seattle quarterback 6 times tonight. 9, 8. Here it is. Preseason game 2 is on the line. Boykin trailing by a TD. Fires to the end zone. Incomplete. And the Minnesota Vikings have beaten the Seattle Seahawks 18-11. Peter, what a dramatic finish.
Wow, what a rehearsal for the regular season, Paul. Nice job by some of the veterans. Marcus Sherrills coming up big late. I think when I walk away from this game, I'm going to be happy about, number one, the protection of the offensive line early. The Vikings offensive line coming together a little bit, Paul. And with Sean Hill back there, not an extremely mobile quarterback, he proved tonight that he could be a very, very good backup quarterback, making some big plays downfield.
Nice job. In closing, a final reminder. Teddy Bridgewater did not play tonight. Listen to Mike Zimmer's reaction on the flagship for Vikings football, FM 100.3 KFAN, your home for Minnesota Vikings football. Zimmer with Greg Coleman and an exclusive interview coming up very shortly. Marcus Sherrills with a pick six. Jerick McKinnon with a rushing touchdown. Sean Hill with a start, and it's just another Minnesota Vikings preseason win. This time 18-11 over the Seattle Seahawks. That's the final score for Ben Lieber, Greg Coleman, Pete Bursich. I'm Paul Allen. Thank you very much for taking in the game this evening, and have a wonderful Friday. This has been a presentation of the Minnesota Vikings Entertainment Network. In the business, we call it the